What is up, y'all? It's your girl Kayla, aka Pineapple Mommy, and I am back with another video. Look, y'all already know if you are new here or if you're returning, welcome. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning into my videos. As y'all know, I am just getting back into the swing of things when it comes to filming and uploading on YouTube. So, thank y'all so much for bearing with me and just for tuning into my content again. I know I've been gone for so long, and so for me to just even have like as many as y'all as I did tune into my last couple of videos, I really appreciate it. I just want to say thank y'all so much from the bottom of my heart. So yeah, y'all already know I don't want to hold y'all for too long, so we're just gonna get into it. This is a Q&A, and I already know that I'm probably gonna have like a few more of these, just because I tried to get as many questions as I could on here and address as many folks as I could, and um, I had to cut it short because it was too many people, too many questions. I've been gone for too long, but I still want to answer everybody's questions. So that is why I'm making this video, and I already know I'm probably gonna have a part 2 and part 3. So if you have any questions that I don't answer in this video, that is a-okay. Put them in the comment box down below, and I will be sure to get to it either in the second or the third video, even if I had to make a fourth video. Um, that is all right. Keep the questions coming. So for the first question, I've already answered this in my either I'm back or my welcome back video. But have I had the baby yet? No, I have not. Um, so as y'all know, my last bit of being active, I'll say, um, I did end up miscarrying, and so I have not tried since. I did talk to a fertility specialist afterwards when I was thinking about it, but I would have to have, I want to call it a, what is that called? It's like, it's like a sonogram but with water. But she recommended I have one of those to see if I have any fibroids or anything like that. And then that's when I had my abnormal pap, and that kind of got sidebarred. Um, so let's see. How are things going? Also, I wrote everything down. So let's see. How are things going? And did you find out why you were struggling? So things are going a little bit better, hopefully. Um, did I find out? No. So part of um, what happened last time, I really need to be under a medical provider's observation when I am trying to conceive. And I was very much doing it at home. And I was trying to go into my regular OBGYN to get checked and whatnot, and that didn't work out. And then also, my midwife was non responsive. So, yeah, I have not figured out why I kept miscarrying. Let's see. Can you tell us what website or sperm bank you used for your donor? Um, I've answered this a few different times, so I already know I'm gonna have to keep responding to that, or I'm gonna have to keep answering it. But no, I'm not going to identify which sperm bank I use specifically, but I will do my best to put it in the description box down below. The four sperm banks that my doctor did recommend. The fertility specialist that I had spoke to originally, who she recommended because they had those clearances. They went through a bunch of other testing and whatnot. If I can remember the name of whatever the sperm bank version of the FDA is called, I will definitely put it in there. Um, but yeah, so it's one of those four, but because my donors like ethnicity and certain things that I do mention about him, I do not identify which sperm bank I used or what my donor vial was or my donor number. I do not identify those things just because even though I'm sure people are pretty well meaning, um, you just don't know what everybody's intentions. And I don't want to, I want to be as private as possible, but while also showing y'all, other parts of this process. So when it comes to which of the four sperm banks I used and my um, donor information, all that stuff, and even pricing, I'm not going to put it down there. However, I will say when it comes to like pricing and whatnot, the reason why I don't identify is because one, it's super easy to find the pricing for these sperm banks because they all have them listed on their website. So it's really easy for you to just click the link and find it that way. But two, because pricing is so unique amongst the four of them, if I tell you how much it is per vial, you're going to know which sperm bank that I'm using. So I don't want to, again, identify which sperm bank I'm using. And I've had people, that was why they were asking. Not everybody asked me for that reason, but there are some people who did ask me for that reason. So next question. You're 6 feet tall? Yes. Yes, I am. I am 6 feet tall without shoes on. Did you see pictures of your sperm donor? Yes. So I know each site is different. Some sites, they will naturally include baby photos. And some will also naturally include what they look like now. Everybody's different. Some of them, they will require you to pay for it. And then others, they will give it to you for free. So it really just depends. I can't remember. I feel like with my donor, I think I don't think I think I didn't actually see his photo until I bought his profile. I could be wrong. Because it's been so long, and of course I have everything saved on my computer. So I haven't had to like buy his profile again. So, I don't know, but I think I got to see his when I bought his profile. But I know for like the other donors that I bought profiles for, some of them I did at least see their baby picture first. So it all really just depends, especially on your sperm bank. And because it's been a couple of years since I've tried, a lot has changed. I know some of those sperm banks that I listed, I got to double check and see because I did get an email that one of the cryo banks that I had subscribed to closed out because they were bought out by California Cryobank. I think it might be Fairbanks, but I'll double check. Um, so yeah, their pricing has changed significantly, and I'm sure their policies have changed as well. So yeah, that answers your question and then some. Yes, I did get to see some photos. I don't think I I don't think I bought or requested his adult photos, just because I really didn't care to see what his adult photos were. I was able to see baby pictures and like pictures of him as a kid, and that's all I cared about. He is not an anonymous donor, so he is a known donor, which means that my kid will be able to reach out to him and get to know him once they come of a certain age. So, I mean, what he looks like as an adult, it's all right. It's all right. Where did you go? Are you doing this at home or question mark, question mark, question mark? So I'm assuming when you say where did I go, maybe you're asking when it comes to fertility clinics or sperm banks. Again, the sperm banks are going to be in the description box. As for fertility clinic, I did have one clinic that I originally like y'all probably would have seen it in like one of my first few photo videos, but there was one fertility clinic that I started out going to that my OBGYN recommended, But even though I absolutely loved the reproductive endocrinologist there, her support staff, the nurses that I was working with, just were not going to be okay for me because they did not want to do their job. And literally, um, I wish I could remember her name, but the woman straight up told me she didn't want to do her job. She was like, I don't even want to be here right now. She called me like over an hour after closing, and it went straight to voicemail. So I immediately called back and she didn't answer. And I needed like my test results and I need all this other stuff. They had an attitude with me before my meeting with the doctor because I did everything that I needed to, but they were supposed to send me certain paperwork before my meeting. Or so the attitude was after. And so the RE let them know, hey, she's going to need this paperwork so she can fill this out. And they sent me the paperwork and immediately after sent like another email saying this was supposed to be filled out. If you don't fill this out, like it'll be an issue. Like just basically saying they were sick and tired of waiting for that paperwork from me. I was like, you just sent these and they have timestamps. I don't even think it was like 5 minutes apart. And like even some of the other nurses that I had spoken to were apologetic. And I kept calling back at one point to get my results. And she was there, but she was like, I don't want to answer the phone. And the nurse even told me, like, she doesn't want to answer the phone. Sorry. And then also with my doctor's office, um, yeah, with my doctor's office, they don't provide those procedures. They don't provide that kind of care. And then let's see, last question because I know this is getting a little long, and I want to make sure I don't hold y'all for too long. How far along were you, and why were you getting negative tests? So this is pertaining to my last pregnancy. So I was about 14 or 15 weeks, and um, that one was a hard one. So I was about 14 weeks, I'll say, and I keep getting, I want to say they're cryptic pregnancies, which is not unusual for my family. Um, and so what I need is an ultrasound. I did not know. And I had tried and tried and tried to get my OBGYN's office to just check me. I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. I know my body. I know what's going on with me. Something's not right. And they're like, well, the urine test and the blood test came back negative, so you're not pregnant. And I'm like, well, then explain to me why somebody who has their period 28-day cycles consistently for years, since being off birth control and getting off birth control, like I've had my period consistently. I know my body and I have all these other signs and symptoms. Why is it that I still haven't gotten my period? And why is it that I'm having pregnancy symptoms now? And, it doesn't make sense. And so the nurse, her response is that until there's a positive test, they're not going to waste their time with an appointment. And either my body is going to keep the pregnancy or I'm going to miscarry. And without letting the body, let the body do what it's going to do and don't waste their time. And I was so upset. And mind you, this isn't even my OBGYN's fault. This is her nurses. Like, you don't know what your nurses are doing because you're seeing patients back to back to back to back to back, and it's COVID. Okay? So, I don't fault my OBGYN. And I was looking at reviews because I was going to recommend her to a homegirl of mine. And I was like, you know what? Let me just make sure that this was a freak incident for me and not for anybody else. And I saw a couple of other women on there that were told the same thing. And one of them, she had her insemination in not Mississippi, in Mexico. And so she needed to come and get on progesterone and all that other stuff and be taken care of. And the nurse told her the same thing. Don't waste our time. We will only see you if you have a positive pregnancy test, or go back to Mexico and see the doctor there. Like, we're not about to waste our time with that. Even though she's like, I've been seeing this doctor for years. They don't provide fertility services. I just need an ultrasound. I need to make sure my baby's okay. And she also lost her pregnancy. So it's hard. I really want to say, like, advocate for yourself all the time. My family knows I will advocate for them, like, medically speaking and whatnot. Like, I'm the go to for making sure that their medical needs are heard. I know what your patient rights are and all that other wonderful stuff. And so I'm there, and my family knows that they can trust me for that. But I'm talking till I'm blue in the face, and I'm already scared. I've already had several other miscarriages. And if I'm telling you, hey, something's wrong, don't gaslight me and be like, it's all in your head. you know don't tell me that I'm a waste of your time. This is serious. And yeah, turns out I definitely was pregnant. And I'm not gonna get all graphic in that. If y'all saw the video. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your questions. I still have questions myself, but honestly, trying to conceive was so traumatic that I just don't know if I really have it in me to try again. Even if things come back clear for this next pap smear. I'm just not quite sure if I really want to try again, um, or not. That it took a huge toll on me. Um, it took a very huge toll on me. And so I'm just not quite sure if that's something that I have the mental strength to do again. If I do decide to go down that path again of trying to conceive, I'm definitely going to be fielding a few different fertility specialists. I'm currently with Kaiser, if y'all know, West Coast Insurance. I'm currently with Kaiser. I tried to get in with their fertility specialists. They do have like a whole program there and whatnot, but they don't even want to answer the phone. Like, I've called them for weeks, been on hold forever, spammed called, because there's only one way that you can get an appointment with them, and that's by scheduling directly through their own appointment line. And they don't answer the phone. When they have answered the phone, they immediately hung up. So it's crazy. I feel like dealing with this is just, I don't know. I don't know how people deal with this, you know? I don't recommend it. But what else do you have to choose? So I say my recommendation, if you're new to your journey, definitely, if you are not successful within your first or second attempt, definitely go, and I'm talking about at home attempt, definitely go to a fertility clinic, and just don't even wait for that third one. Like, that first one is a doozy, that second one's also a doozy. Don't, if you lose it, um, go to a fertility clinic, um, and just go run through all the tests, take all the medications, do what they say, because it's a lot. It is a lot, but if I could go back and change anything, I just would have moved forward with a different fertility clinic and just kept it pushing and just went that way instead. Because yeah, that was traumatic, and it really does change you. Um, that is all I have for y'all for this part of the Q&A. Definitely put your questions in the comment boxes down below, and I'm going through and answering as many of those questions as I see. There are some very interesting takes that I've seen from some males, in the comment boxes. So if y'all saw those before they got deleted, I do sincerely apologize. And if you are one of those guys that like to continue to keep spam commenting, um, it is okay. I see you. I see you. I see your comments, and you will also have your time to shine. So I will also be making a special video to address y'all, so you don't have to continue to spam your comments. If you're a guy, I've seen them already, and you will have your own day. I will make a video to address your concerns as well. And yeah, don't forget to like this video and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload. And I will see y'all in the next video.